What is today? October 6th, 2019. Call of Cthulhu. Down Darker Trails are playing Unwholesome Expectations. Patrick?
Yes.
Describe your character. Give me a physical description first.
So, somewhat tall. He's a grizzled man with a cheesy mustache. He got himself a scar on the left side during one of his missions. He got shot. A beard that's very much unclean. He looks very much...
Ragged?
He's very ragged, yes. But he ultimately, he got a wife because she, helped him nurse back to health after the mission because he was presumed dead and left.
What's his age?
He's like 45.
Was he in the war? Was he in the Civil War?
No.
Okay.
Just one of his missions up in New York.
Okay, so it's the same as the Springfield.
Yes.
Okay.
In terms of caliber.
Cool.
And it's a breech loader, so probably trapdoor Springfield should be accurate.
There you go. Yeah, just use those stats.
Yeah.
What color hair?
What color hair?
Yeah.
Black hair.
Okay.
Short black hair. It does not keep up with that at all.
Wait, what's his name?
Bob Williams.
Bob Williams. And he's a federal marshal, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So he's on the road all the time. Anywhere he's needed. Anything else you want to tell us about him?
Just whenever he hears law needed, he's always there to serve it.
Whenever someone's being persecuted by lawbreakers, I'll be there. Okay. Crankshaft.
Yes.
How injured are you?
How injured am I?
Yes.
I have 12 is listed as my max hit points.
Right.
I have 5 marked as my current.
Okay. And you didn't take any major wounds, I remember that.
Yes.
So you'd be getting back 1 hit point per day, and it is 7 days later.
So I'll be back up to full, I think.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Yeah, we're moving the timeline ahead a week.
That's good.
Real quick, what does Crankshaft want to do? Is there anything specific he wants to do during that week?
Nothing that I think would surprise you.
Okay.
His deputy ship, or whatever you call it, his status as deputy is probably over.
Right. He handed back the badge after apprehending the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
So
Probably going back to his regular old salesmanship, or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Okay, so he's been trying to sell his wares to various stores and stuff, so they can sell them, that kind of thing. Are you keeping in touch with what is his name? What was your buddy's name? The kid, your fanboy buddy.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Joey Grable. Joey Grable. Are you keeping in contact with him while you're in the area of Dodge City? Or is that just somebody that you don't really care that much about, and now that his use is over?
Well, if his use was over, I probably would let him go. But I'm assuming that if I'm smart, his use will not be over.
Okay.
He
lives in Dodge City. He's willing to work for you if you want.
Yeah, I can use him like a paper boy.
Yeah.
I can have him
He'll try to show
all
your
over
books.
town.
Yeah, he loves your books. He will definitely show them. All right.
Yes.
So Bob Williams. Let's see. And then we got Bob. We have Quinton. Crankshaft. Has come to Dodge City. Why? Or do you want me to think of a reason? It's up to you. But I don't know.
The reason why he came here is to find, when he was reading about the paper, or when he heard about this, the chain line of this murder that was got here, and so he wanted to come down to see more about it.
Okay, fair enough.
This piqued his interest.
And this is the paper that came out most recently. The Dodge City Times is a weekly that is published on a Saturday, so that's the most recent paper. It is today's Monday, July 10th is where this all starts.
Base rate.
Yes, and then it's and while you've been in town the last couple of days, you've also heard other rumors about some squatters that are down on this piece of property west of town. Rumor has it that the local sheriff, who is Charles E. Bassing, has been to see these people and is still in the process of deciding what to do about them.
Okay.
We've also heard some rumors that the house that they're staying at or that they're squatting at, is haunted.
It's haunted.
Yes, it's a haunted house. There's also some rumors about a child who's gone missing from a farm a few miles south of Dodge City. The Patterson family, child of about 5, disappeared a few days ago. So, these are the rumors you heard. Now, of course, you've been in Dodge City. Crankshaft's been in Dodge City, so he's heard all this as well. You've heard about the haunted house. It sounds very familiar to you. And you've heard about this missing child, and you've heard rumors about these squatters down at this house. As you are selling your wares.
Yes. Can this just be a normal day with the occult? No way.
Well, you've been in town a few days, and you've heard these things have been going on in the county. Plus, there's also the upcoming trial. Once the judge comes to town, the district judge is coming in to actually try the case. Mansfield's been indicted by a grand jury, was hastily put together and indicted him. I mean, he confessed, so it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
There will be a jury trial. It'll probably be super short since he's confessed the crimes, essentially.
Okay.
And then it's just up to the sentencing. So, you are wandering the streets of, here's Dodge City for you again.
Yes,
Dodge City. There's Lindergarten Village. Here's Dodge City on this end.
Yeah.
That's York County, or Ford County. I don't know why York is in my head all the time. But, yeah, so how do I get you two together?
So what did you do? Just blow into town to investigate this disappearance of the kid?
Actually, you can learn the deputy that was the one who survived bringing in Mansfield is this guy named Crankshaft.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah.
Make me a no roll. That's going to be your education.
Education.
Yeah, 63 or less.
63.
So you want to use your percentile dice again. That's
Oh, yeah, this.
And
Got it.
the 10s and the 1s.
I got a 52.
52 is, Crankshaft. You're like, that name is familiar. Why have I heard this name? And then you recognize the name that he is an author of dime novels, which is kind of weird. You might want to also note on your character sheet matches, because you probably have matches if you have cigarettes.
Oh, yes.
And do you have, and cigarettes at this time period, for the most part, I believe, and I could be mistaken, are mostly the ones you have to make yourself. You buy tobacco, you buy the paper. I don't know, and I need to look it up, but I don't think that buying a package of cigarettes is fake. So if you want to talk to Crankshaft, you've heard that he is in town still. He doesn't live here. No, he lives somewhere else, but he's been around town for the last few weeks.
Yeah. So I go do that. I want to find out more about this.
Okay. You can hunt him down on the 10th. Probably like midday you could find him if you want. Where are you, Crankshaft? Where's he going to find you?
Good question. I assume at whatever my regular residence is.
The hotel?
Yeah, sure.
One of those cheaper hotels?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Having lunch maybe downstairs at the saloon?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, you find him. He's down there. There's a young kid with him, about 16, who is apparently taking notes. But he's not like dictating or anything, so you're not sure what's going on there. Tony has taken, not Tony. Yeah, was it Tony? Joey. Joey has taken to, he wants to be a writer.
Oh.
So he takes notes. And then he lets you look at them if you want to, and they're terrible. But he's like using like your actions, and he'll write a description of what you've been doing, like as you eat your lunch. And it's very dramatic writing. Like, he picked up the spoon gingerly, and then plunged it into the mashed potatoes, shoving them into his mouth. Then daintily wiping his lips. You know, it's pretty badly, it's all embellished, and it's pretty badly written. So, you might be sick of it by now. I don't know. It's up to you. But you see a lawman, big shiny badge on his chest, come walking in, and look around, and you recognize the description of the thin-mustached, pomaded-haired man with the red jacket, which is right now thrown over his chair because it's very hot, sitting there with a young boy who's apparently taking notes. What do you want to do, Patrick?
I go up to him. So I go up to him, and I said, I'm here on, so I heard you're the one that brought in, what was his name?
Mansfield.
Mansfield. Is that correct?
The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Quinton C. Crankshaft Jr. What can I do for you?
I'm just here just to find out more about it, as this is a interesting case in a town like yours.
Well, I could tell you the story, but as it happens, I am currently in the process of writing it out for the papers. You can see Volume 1 in last week's edition. I mean,
actually, I'm going to have to correct that.
Tell you
I'm going to have to correct that. I'm going to correct that. There's no way that you could probably have Chapter 1 written within like 3 or 4 days until the paper was printed.
That's true.
So next week's edition.
Yes, that's right. The Volume 1 will be in next week's edition.
There you go.
I could tell it to you, but why would you want to involve yourself in anything so droll?
Well, how I see it is that I do not care about your books. I'm sure you have a few minutes.
You don't care about my books. If you don't care about my books, then you don't care about me.
All I care about is the story. I just want to know the hard facts.
You don't care about
of
books,
it.
but you care about the story. What are you, illiterate?
Yes.
Do you say yes?
I say yes.
He says yes, but he obviously doesn't mean it. Yes.
Yeah.
You say it like that.
That figures. You looked the part.
All I just want is just how it is. So, how did you catch him?
How did I catch him? Well, it was a feat to behold. And I give him maybe a slightly embellished version.
So you're going to take all the credit instead of, remember Dog Eye was the one that blew the thing out of his hand with the shotgun blast. Didn't even injure the guy, but it knocked the scalpel out. And that's when everything went to hell,
I'll mention Dog Eye, but I'll say it was my idea.
Okay. Okay.
I said, now! You know, I sprung the trap.
There you go. Knocked the weapon out of his hand and then pounced on the man, something to that effect. So yeah, it basically sounds like in the saloon, they managed to disarm him, and then you tell him anything.
He might have been mad, but it also might have been magic.
Ooh, that's
I roll my eyes when you said that. I roll my eyes.
You rolled your eyes, okay.
I roll my eyes.
See, you should have seen it. It sounds so much better in writing. But I guess you wouldn't know.
Shaking his head. Big sigh. Excuse me, gentlemen. This man's walked up to your table. He looks a little confused and lost. Now, could you tell me where I am?
We're in Dodge City, correct?
Yes, Dodge City.
We're in Dodge City. How may I help you?
Dodge City. Where's Dodge City? What state?
You're in Utah, right?
That's Kansas.
I'm like that.
That's okay.
Kansas. What to you?
Kansas! Gadzooks! That's amazing! Excellent, excellent.
I always tried to dodge the city myself, but somehow I ended up here anyway.
A joke. That's very funny. Well done, well done. Dodge City, Kansas, Dodge City, Kansas. Our calculations are off then. All right. Well, thanks very much. And then he turns and he heads out the saloon doors.
I would imagine you would know somebody like him.
I wish I did. He seems like a colorful character.
Just like you. You two will be perfect for each other.
I may be a colorful character, but all my stuff is in black and white.
It's awful. It's so
awful. So I guess after writing a few of my notes, I head to since I'm getting nowhere with this buffoon. I head to the sheriff.
Okay, yeah, you can find the sheriff. County courthouse. That would be Charles Bassett. He is. Let's see. Party, Kenneth, Burks, Fielding. Got too many pictures here. He's willing to talk to you. Marshal, what you need?
I came here to find out more about the murders that have been going on here. The murderer that was caught. I wanted to know more about it myself.
He tells you it's all been in the paper. He's there's Charles Bassett right there. He's a crazy man. He's according to one of our local doctors, and murdered 3 people, one of which was one of the marshal's working here in town, one of the deputies. He,
another soldier down.
Yep. Don't have a murder weapon. It was apparently, allegedly destroyed, from my understanding. And he's been captured. He's in the county jail downstairs in the basement of the courthouse here. And we're going to put him up for trial as soon as we can, as soon as the district judge comes through. Clayton Mansfield is the name. Why, you got a warrant for him or something?
No, not at all.
All right.
Not at all. I also heard some rumors about a lost child.
That'd be the Pattersons. About 3 miles south of here.
3 miles south.
I think some cowboys going through might have snatched her up. 5-year-old girl. We've got people looking for her. He rustles through some papers and he pulls out something and he reads you off a description. She's a little blonde girl with blue eyes. She disappeared 2 days ago. Disappeared July 5th.
What have you been doing about it?
We've got a lookout for it.
Good,
Said he had some description of some cowboys that came through going north around the same time.
Really?
We've looked into them. We haven't been able to locate them yet.
Okay. Well, I heard you guys got some squatters.
Yep, there's squatters down at the old Simmons place. That's east of here, or west of here. Looks like they're from back east.
Any worried about what you're going to do about them?
They're staying in the carriage house right now, the house. They say they haven't gone in the house, and they're just passing through the territory, heading west, they said. Some woman is their spokesperson, the one I talked to.
Okay.
Her name is, his desk is a mess. I don't know. I don't see my notes here anywhere, but it's about 4 or 5 people.
What are our people? Why are you started squatted there?
It said place is abandoned. Yeah, it's been abandoned for years.
Why is that?
Owner disappeared around the time of the Civil War. Not even sure owns the place now.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for your time. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Good luck with whatever your endeavors are in town. Keep me informed.
So I guess, well, was that leave?
Yeah. You can leave. It's just typical day in Dodge City.
Yeah.
People are doing what people do.
I give myself a beer.
Yeah, you can get yourself a beer at one of the bars.
Yeah.
One of the saloons. You've been hearing rumors about these squatters as well.
Yeah, I bet.
At the old Simmons place.
That's right. Oh,
you didn't get that before, huh?
Yeah, it took me a minute. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to see the sheriff about this because, it just pulls at my heartstrings.
Okay. You can learn the same thing from Sheriff Hager. Bassett. Hager's the chief marshal. They've been out there for a few days. He got the call. There's been people out there. They're squatting in the carriage house behind the house.
Well, don't they know I inherited that land?
You're the owner?
Yes.
You got a deed?
I hope so.
You would have a deed somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
This county's only been in existence for like 20 years, and this town has only been here for 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So land deeds and that kind of shit, they don't have copies of it here, probably. You have probably the only copy of that deed. It could be back in your village, or you could keep it with you. It's up to you.
Well, I'd have taken it with me to see the sheriff.
Okay, yeah, so you've got it in your pocket. You should pull out the deed, he looks it over, says this looks kosher. If you want, you go down to the clerk's office so they can make a copy of it for themselves. Because there's not a lot of land deeds in this town. That house has been there for 20 years or so, since the territory was starting to be settled. But he says it looks like some people from Virginia, or West Virginia, she said that their house burned down and they headed west. Most of the family was killed, apparently. Some kind of bandits or Indians or something. I don't remember. I talked to them a few days ago, and I told them not to go in the house, and they said they wouldn't, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. But if you want them off the property, we can remove them. Are you living there?
Well, I mean, that's hardly any of your business anyway. The point is...
It is my business, because I'm the sheriff, and I need to know who's living where. If you're not living there, that's fine if you want them off the property. But if you live in there, I'd like to know, so that I know there's somebody living there.
I gotta fix the place up. I can't stay there right now.
That's fine. I just want to know if you're living there or not. I'm not judging you or telling you have to live there. I'm just wanting to know if anybody's staying there. There's all kinds of stories about that place. It's haunted. There's that old organ up in the loft. People say they hear it playing at night sometimes. That's been going on for years. The place has been empty, as far as I know, since the war.
I don't know how I feel about these crazy rumors. That's my father's place. My father was a hero, don't you know?
Your father was a hero?
Yes. And you can read all about it.
Old man Simmons, from what I understand, some Quinton Simmons fella was the original owner from stories, but he's dead. Disappeared, I guess I should say. Nobody knows what happened to him since the war.
Well, we'll put all this to bed. I'll get the place fixed up right now.
Fine.
But first I gotta kick out these...
to fix it up. I don't care. If you're just living there, just let us know. So that we don't have people telling, oh, I see lights out of the old Simmons place. Mm-hmm. I can say, someone's living there. That's all I want to know. So I don't have to go chasing ghosts again.
Mind if I grab one of the snacks up there?
Of course not. Oh, that's, there's popcorn too. There's a couple bowls over there to put stuff in if you want to bring a bowl back. Okay, so you go down to the clerk and allow him to make a copy of your deed?
Yes.
Okay. The clerk doesn't ask you if you're living there or not. The clerk just wants to get this copy for their records, so they have some record of ownership of that land besides your original copy.
Yes. The nature of my offense is not the squatters, it's the rumors.
That's fine.
Yes.
Are you telling the clerk this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quinton is kind of enraged right now.
Okay.
Because he always kind of thought that everybody loved his father. So there's idea.
Everybody loved Crankshaft.
Mm-hmm.
That's the old Simmons place.
Yeah, see? There's a problem.
Okay. There you go. So, anyway, okay. What else do you want to do?
Well, I gotta kick these, squatters out.
Okay.
Since there apparently are some. How many did they say there were? Or do they know?
The sheriff thought 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Young folk, young kids. And they're probably in their 20s.
Well...
And you could have found out from him there's a woman who talked to him. Some pretty young woman.
Well, I don't want to go out there myself. There's really 4 or 5 of them or something like that.
Right. Well, he said there's a marshal asking about him, too.
Yeah, sure. I'll gather him up and I'll send him down.
Marshal Bob Williams. He was here about half an hour ago. Federal marshal.
Where did he head off to? Did he say?
I know he didn't say, but...
well, who do you have?
He's a federal marshal, so...
Well, who do you have?
Who do I have?
Yeah, that's right, since I probably can't get this, Bob or whatever his name is.
Bob Williams.
Yeah, since I can't get to Williams. Oh, you said he's going off, right?
He's not in the office here. He doesn't know where he is. He left his office about half an hour ago.
Well, so what am I supposed to do? Go searching around the city for him?
You can do whatever you want, either way. Or he doesn't know what you mean by a man, having a man.
Well, right. I mean, is there anybody they can send down?
Give me a luck check.
Okay.
We'll see if all the deputies are busy.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your luck? It's in a big box, remember?
Yeah. 65.
65. 20.
20.
Yeah. He can send a deputy with you. He'll send. Let's give him a deputy. Deputy Sam Weiss is who he's going to send. He yells down the corridor, and this deputy with a big, huge mustache comes out. Gun on his belt, just wearing regular clothes, pretty much, cowboy hat-ish type thing. And Sheriff Bassett says that you want to evict these folks, then?
Yes.
He says, Weiss, this gentleman wants to evict these folks from his property. I've checked out his credentials. He owns the old Simmons place. That's all Weiss says, just grunts. So I want you to go with him, and if he wants him to remove, then help him remove this.
Man, a few words, eh? I imagine it's hard to get a word through with that big old soup strainer.
Mm.
Ought to tidy up a little like I would. You might say a little more. Well, let's get going.
He takes some chaw out and shoves it in his cheek. And where are we going?
Simmons' place.
Right. He takes you a different direction. To library stables, where he gets a horse. His horse, apparently. You got him out?
Yes, in fact, I do.
Okay. So you're going to get your mule out of wherever you're having it held right now?
Yeah.
He gives it a disdaining look. All right, try to keep up. And starts very slowly heading out of town to the south. You go down Bridge Street, cross the bridge, and then to the trail down there. You have finished your beer. You come out. You spot... did you ever get his name? Yeah, you get his name because the sheriff gave it to you. You spot Crankshaft and a deputy. The deputy is on a big stallion, and Crankshaft is on a mule. And they are riding down the street heading south.
Perfect fit for him.
Yeah. So, if you want to do anything about that, there you go. I'm throwing you guys together, possibly.
I go up to him.
Okay, yeah, you can walk beside him. They're ambling. They're not making
I go up to
Howdy, out of town. Are you coming?
I ignore him and go to the deputy.
Okay. Deputy's an older man with a mustache. Yeah?
Deputy.
You got an emergency?
No. What are you doing with this fella?
This fella owns the Simmons place. And he's a victim.
Squatters are, right?
Squatters.
Yeah. Okay, mind if I join you?
Sure.
Okay.
Where's your horse? You do have a horse, don't you?
I do.
Did you actually pay for a horse?
I did not.
But it's on your character sheet as a thing. Alright, let's see. What kind of horse do you want? Horses go. Short pause. What the hell are the horses in here? Chamber. Yeah, alright, let me find the book. I thought I had put a page in there with horses.
Go outdoor travel your Navy. Transportation. Horse. $60.
Right, that's from a different. That's from a different supplement, though. There we go. Horses and other mounts. I think. Wait. No, you're in the right place. Okay. Yeah, $60 to a saddle horse goes from $30 to $200. How much you want to spend?
I don't want to spend that much.
You want a $30 horse?
$30.
Okay, so it's just an average horse. You can pick the color. I've got some old charts somewhere. I'd have to find them.
Moreover, it's a gaunt horse, half the price of a draft horse.
Yeah, but a draft horse is a big fucking horse, like a Clydesdale. So a riding horse at $30 is going to be just a normal, slim, typical horse and tack and saddle.
Sounds good.
So yeah, you can. The deputy says, "We'll wait," and he just looks at you as he heads off to the library stables to fetch his horse. And
you
back.
have hazel eyes. How charming. I was just about to do the same thing.
He spit chaw. He's not just spitting. He's chewing tobacco right
now. I know.
Okay. He returns a few minutes later on his horse, and you take off. Here we go! Hooray! It is 7 or 8 miles out to the old Simmons place, and so it probably takes you a couple hours to get there. Especially the fact the deputy's not really making much of an attempt at being quick in any way, shape, or form. You can see the house almost a mile away. You have a square mile of property around the house. I think that's like 640 square acres or something like that. It's a lot. And the house looks like this. It's an old Gothic mansion. It does not appear to be in great repair. Paint is peeling. You see missing shingles. Not a lot, but it's been 10 years since anybody's done any work on this thing at least.
Now tell me, is that not the home of a hero?
It's home I feel like you would stay at. Or she worn down like you.
you've been there. You know the kind of the layout of the house. It was dirty and dusty when you went 10 years ago to retrieve the journals. It looked like it had not been lived in for a year or more. You know that behind the house there's a barn, usually used for holding horses and a few other animals. There were none there when you were here before, and a small carriage house, which is big enough to hold a carriage or a wagon, as well as stable horses in there as well, if need be. You can see a little trickle of smoke coming from behind the house somewhere.
Well, that's where we'll go then.
Okay.
Dismount, I suppose.
Okay, dismount. What do you want to do with the horses? Are you leading them, or leaving them tied up somewhere?
Tie them up.
Okay, so there's a few sparse trees. This is Kansas. There's like plains everywhere. You tie your horses up. You walk around the back of the house, deputy in tow. He's looking up and down the house, kind of looking at it as you pass around. Just out of curiosity, which side of the house do you want to pass around? The right side or the left side?
Left side.
Left side? There's big front doors on the front. The porch goes around 3/4 of the house. On the left side, it actually comes out from the house in a place where carriages could go through and let out their people to like a secondary front door almost. It's a nice house.
Looks nice.
You guys can even walk underneath that little overhang as you go towards the back of the house, and you spot the carriage house is back on the left, and then back on the right is the barn a little further away from the house. You see a couple outhouses are tucked back there as well, not too far from the barn. And it looks like there's a fire has been lit in a little fire pit in front of the carriage house, far enough away that obviously so it won't catch the carriage house. But you don't see any people at all. There's nobody around. And there's only a trickle of smoke. It's like the fire has been allowed to go down to coals.
So this is your famous esteemed place, I would presume.
Not famous yet, but soon to be famous.
But not never.
It's probably magic.
We'll,
Lighters aren't really a thing.
We'll kick out the fire pit, or at least I will.
Okay, it's just an area that's been dug into the ground a little bit. There's no rocks or anything around it, so you just kick some dirt over the fire.
Yep.
I'll look around the wagon and stuff, just to see what's...
Well, there's no wagon, but there's a carriage house.
Oh, carriage house.
And actually, as you walk over towards it, there's two big doors in the front. Mm-hmm. There's a little small door, like it's a normal sized door. One of the big doors is pulled open a little bit, and a young woman looks out, looks you all over, and then she steps out and walks over to you. It's only a few feet.
This is private property, don't you know that?
The sheriff said nobody was living here, so we thought we would stay until we have to move on. She's pretty, dark-haired, probably in her early 20s. Kind of a cold look to her eyes.
Well,
it's just me and my cousins. My brother's dead. Wait, let me get the address.
Well, I'm sorry, madam, but this here is private property, and this sir right here, he's the owner. Here we come, just set your bags up.
If that's what the law says we have to do, I guess we have to do it.
Oh, no, wait. I'm a charitable man. I see you don't have any money to give, but I am an ethical...
Her clothes are pretty ragged.
Yes, but I am an ethical owner. I'll let you stay here. The only thing you have to do in exchange is fix up the rooms where you stay. Make them nice. There are terrible rumors about this house, and I want to assuage them. A couple of ethical tenants who are willing to help fix up the place could be just what I need.
What kind of rumors?
Oh, never you mind that. Just the kind of superstitious nonsense that people like to cook up. Why, I am an acquaintance of magic, and so was my father who used to live in this house. I know what it means to be the subject of curses and witchery, and there is no witchery here.
She kind of looks you up and down. Alrighty then.
So,
I have 4 cousins with me.
Tell me everything. Tell me where they're staying. I want to see them.
She looks back at the carriage house. We're sleeping on the floor in there. We were told that the sheriff said we shouldn't enter the house. We shouldn't go in there. It's not our property. But if we don't do no damage to the carriage house, we could stay for a few days till we moved on.
Oh, I wouldn't want you to live under such dismal conditions. And since I am formally now that I've shown up and met all of you, since I am your landlord, I want you to stay under much better conditions. Come inside and I'll show you to the rooms.
All right.
I, of course, follow. Just because.
Silas, Solomon, Enos. Oh, no, they ain't there. They went hunting. I was hoping to catch us some rabbits or something for supper. You don't own the rabbits, do you?
I don't suppose I could if I wanted to. But I do own the kitchen, and if you wouldn't mind fixing it up a little bit, it could make your stay just a little bit more comfortable.
We ain't got much in way of provisions for cooking. We just been cooking whatever we find over a fire.
Maybe I'd be willing to provide that.
All right. Titus,
you
better stay here for now. Titus is in there. He's touched, though. Don't make him mad.
I know that's right.
She'll follow you into the house if you want to go in.
For that one moment, all of the excitement and levity in his personality just drops
His face
out.
just goes a little pale, maybe. He was smiling. Okay.